Good morning, or good afternoon if you live in Liverpool. I just woke up and it's 1:45 in the afternoon, 13:45 I think they would say over here. Uh, I slept right through any opportunity for English breakfast, which is unfortunate, but it really kind of the best thing to do, I think, because this is my first day after traveling and I need to get my rest. I have a day off today, really just for the purpose of getting over the jet lag. But I'm up and I've started thinking about food naturally because I haven't eaten in many, many hours. And First, I wanted to briefly talk about my coffee situation. I know this is kind of turning into a very coffee-centered video blog, but I promise it's not going to be all about that. But I just have to tell you, this morning, in U.S. hotels, for the most of the time, they'll have this, coffee machine, like a maker in the room, so you can fill it up with the tap water in the sink or whatever, and like make your, halfway crappy, maybe almost decent coffee, just to kind of get you going in the morning if you like to drink coffee. They don't really have that going on in Europe or in the UK. And the UK, they're more tea drinkers anyway, so you don't find that in the hotels. I certainly didn't find it here. And I knew that before the trip, so I went out and I got a bunch of these Starbucks Via packets, which any coffee connoisseur is probably going to just say, man, that's so lame, but I really like to have just a little cup of coffee to get me going in the morning so that I can go out and explore the city and find maybe some decent coffee and food and that kind of thing. So here we are with our glass of tap water coffee, and it's actually not so bad. But anyway, right now I'm going to talk about going to get food. Sometimes when you're in a strange city, I like to just kind of go out and explore without any tips or anything. Just take a walk and kind of find a place that I go with my gut and think, this place seems really cool. And just a lot of times I'll stumble onto something amazing, just something like that I wouldn't have even found on like an iPhone app or anything like that because it's that new or cool. Last night I tried that and I struck out. That was actually not a very good experience at the bar last night. I went into that place thinking, well, this has got to be the coolest place, a great local place or whatever. They had a bunch of beers on tap, including Timothy Taylor's, which is one of my favorite English beers. But out of like the 8 beers they had on tap, they were out of every single one except for one that I had never really heard of. I think it was maybe called Strongbow or something. I'd never had it, and I was like, well, I'm here, and I asked the bartender, is this any good? And she said, yeah, sure, it's good. I'm like, all right, great. And it tasted like piss. It was horrible. It was awful. And so I won't be going back to that place. But it's good to try that every once in a while because sometimes you'll luck out and do well. But when I don't want to take a chance, like right now, I like to use. I have some iPhone apps that I like to use to help me find a good place in a city that I've never been to before. The two that I use the most are one called Yelp, and there's another one that I like to use called Local Eats that I found out about on the 10 out of 10 tour that I was just on. Occasionally I'll use Urban Spoon or I Want, but Yelp is the one I end up using the most. Local Eats the second most. Local Eats doesn't quite have the same reach. And I just looked for something in Liverpool on Local Eats, and it's not even on their map. Like I don't think they've done any research in Liverpool at all. So I'm back to Yelp, and the reason I think I use Yelp the most is because the most people end up using Yelp and reviewing places on Yelp, and it's really cool because you kind of Yelp. They really kind of are the most like me as far as the people that review. They consider things that I consider when I go to eat, and so here we are back to Yelp. There are a bunch of local people in Liverpool, or people who have just visited places in Liverpool who have given reviews of different spots, and there are a bunch of really good-looking local places. It looks like, but this one in particular caught my eye. It's about a half mile away. It's called Scoff, Um, and I'm just going to read you the review because it kind of, it's, I think it's where I'm going to go for food today. Scoff, this is one person named Hex P who's reviewed it. Scoff is a delightful little place situated at Bold Street in the heart of the city center. They serve an excellent range of food such as sandwiches, toasties, baguettes, muffins, breakfasts, baked potatoes with fillings, soup, vegetarian dishes, and much, much more. All the portions are generous and the food is consistently very, very good indeed. The prices are very reasonable, ranging from a mere £1 for a pre-made sandwich and a delicious belt-busting all-day breakfast, which is what sold me. That's why I'm going to go there. I think partially. There's an excellent value for £5, a £5 all-day breakfast. That's like $8 for a breakfast. Not bad, especially for England. The stuff tends to be more expensive here. The staff at Scoff are lovely. Ironically, they are very friendly and welcoming. They're happy to suggest a dish if you can't make up your mind, and that's totally me. I'm the guy who I like to ask the local people who work there, what's good, because they work there. They see what people order. They know what they do best. So this is an excellent place. So that I think is where I'm going to go. I'm really excited about seeing Scoff, and just wanted to fill you guys in. First, I'm going to take a little shower, but I'll catch back up with you later on in the day. I'll probably take a walk after that, maybe go to there's a really cool mall here called Liverpool 1, and might even see a couple Beatles sites, because I know they're from here originally. And hoping for a fun day. This is a really long video blog, but I hope you found it informative, or at least entertaining. Yeah. I'll talk to you all later. Love you.